Did it happen again? The last time Hearts beat Celtic was Halloween 2 years ago in the Cooperative Insurance Cup. The Glasgow side are now holders of that trophy, but they have a new broom in charge looking to sweep the Jambos aside. Coming up live, it's the last quarter-final of the League Cup. It's Celtic against Hearts. Hello and a very warm welcome to Sports Scene from Parkhead. It's good to have you with us. St Mirren, St Johnstone and Rangers are all through to the semi-final of this competition. Who will join them? Celtic or Hearts? You'll see live here on BBC One Scotland. Well, joining me here tonight at Parkhead are Jambos legend and now Dundee United manager Craig Levein and our very own Pat Nevin. Gentlemen, let's get straight to talking about this game, and Hearts in particular come into this game not in the greatest form, Craig. They're sitting ninth in the league after a great season last year. They need a good performance tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure that Chab will be looking for this game. I mean, it's away from the pressures of the league, but it might just be the game that could kick-start their season for them. I think that they're too good a team to be in the league position that they're in just now.
And Celtic as well. I mean, some Celtic fans have been a bit frustrated the way the season has gone for them as well. But again, they could well do with putting on a good performance tonight.
Yeah, they could do, and I'm sure Tony will want that as well. They want a bit of entertainment for his team tonight as well. Sometimes they've got the results, and he's looked a bit grumpy afterwards, if you ask me. So even though top of the league, etc., still in this tournament looking good, it's not been going so well in Europe. So you want a good performance tonight from his team, a bit of entertainment. There's been a couple of changes, so a couple of guys will get a chance. Yeah, well, let's have a look at the teams there, and we've got Danny Fox playing for Celtic tonight. He's back from injury, and a welcome return for him, I would imagine. Yeah, I think it's not going to weaken the team in any way. Danny Fox will want to go up and get forward as much as he possibly can. He'll like that. I think against Hearts, the way they set out, I think him and Hinkle on the other side will get forward as much as they possibly can. As usual with Celtic, it's an attack-minded side. Really, it's been the defence that has been the concern for Celtic over the last wee while. But they've got their two normal centre-backs in there, and they'll hope to keep the clean sheet tonight. Yeah,
Craig, Michael Stewart, he had an ankle injury, but he starts tonight for Hearts. That'll be interesting to see how the visiting fans actually react to him after the way they treated him at the weekend.
Well, he's a strong character, Michael. I'm sure he'll get over that. He said there's one or two run-ins in the past, actually, if I remember correctly. I think it's a massive game for Hearts, and I'm just looking at the key areas in the field. I think that down the outsides, McGeady and Maloney, how they two do against the Hearts fullbacks could decide, I should say, the game tonight.
Yeah, and you think as well. Were you quite surprised with the way that Michael Stewart was treated by the fans? Because there's clearly a kind of love-hate relationship with Michael Stewart. Was it the fact he was a Hibby in the past? I have no idea.
I wasn't surprised. I was completely shocked. I was at the game, and I thought he played okay. Certainly his attitude was good in the game as I went, run about, tackling, getting in amongst it as much as possible. Okay, there was a few passes went astray, but there was one or two other players in that Hearts team that maybe deserved the abuse a little bit more than he got it. But he got it. I'm sure there's a bit of history, and I fully understand that. But he's a committed player and an important player for Hearts. But for me, if Hearts have to get something out of this game, I think from the left-hand side, I think Driver has to be in top form. When he's in top form, he's great, and he's a great linking and understanding with Wallace behind him, who, like many of us, I rate him very, very highly indeed. Those two have to work together to get up, stop Celtic coming down that right-hand side where they're very strong, obviously with McGeady, but also get up and cause them problems as well.
Yeah, well, Shaba Laszlo said a couple of days ago, Craig, that if he doesn't get support during the January transfer window, he'll consider his position. Does that surprise you, given the success he had last season?
Surprised me, considering any manager that said that previously found themselves out the door in January. Well, I think he's frustrated. You know, he's lost some players, and I think that everybody accepted that he needed to get some strikers in before the start of the season. They haven't managed to do that, and I'm sure that's the area that he's targeting to bring some players in the January transfer window. From
a frustrated manager to another frustrated manager, and that's Tony Mowbray. He's let all of us know in post-match interviews about his frustrations about his own side, and is it tonight the time for some of the players that are getting the chance to maybe show what they can do for him?
Well, I think Killen obviously came in tonight. I think for him, very particularly, I think it's a big game. Obviously, he's not first choice or even second choice, but at no point has he, shown a negative attitude in any way. When he's come on, he's got about the place, and I think a game like this is a chance for him to score a couple of goals. And but Zheng Ji behind him, I mean, I've seen him play down south before he came up, and I think he's a very good player, and he's a good creative player as well. So if he can strike up some sort of understanding with Zhang Killen together, they could be quite good. It'd be interesting to see how they work together.
It certainly could be, yes. It's the first piece of silverware that both of the sides can actually get this season, of course. Celtic are the holders, but the Jambos did it in Halloween 2 years ago. Can they do it again tonight? Find out right now with our commentary team, Billy Dodds and Paul Mitchell.
Thank you, Dougie. Good evening, everybody. Two teams much in need of a victory, not only for a semi-final place that it would bring, but perhaps some respite from the criticisms that have been flying around. Celtic and Hearts are familiar foes at this stage of the competition. This is the third clash this decade. Two sides with 18 League Cup wins between them. They've never met in the final, and again, they will part ways early in the competition. Celtic, after a heart-to-heart, secured an away win at Hamilton at the weekend. They make 4 changes: Naylor, McDonald and Robson and Samaras not in the starting 11. In come Nguemo, Fox, Crosas and Killen.
Celtic, well, they're having a little tinker with the formation tonight. They go a 4-4-1-1 with Zheng just sitting in behind Chris Killen. What people would call a regular back four intact. Nguemo and Crosas get a chance in that centre there, but it's the main men wide. Maloney and McGeady will be hoping to supply the ammunition for Chris Killen to get those goals.
Saturday was not a fun day for Hearts. 0-0 at home to the bottom club Falkirk. One change, Suso is injured. Ian Black comes in.
Hearts along regular lines, aren't they? 4-4-1-1 they go as well. They'll be looking to frustrate Celtic for much of this game. We know Andy Driver can cause damage, but it's Ian Black who'll be getting back to help that midfield, but also getting forward to support Christian Nadi, who must put in a shift.
And on the substitutes benches, you would fancy McDonald and Samaras for goals. Hearts, well, reply, Vittenbeam and Glenn, slightly more inexperienced. Our referee is Craig Thompson. He took charge of the sides when they met on the final day last season, a match that ended goalless. He also took charge of Celtic's quarter-final last season when they won at Kilmarnock. 47 years ago, a Norrie Davidson goal for Hearts against Kilmarnock secured the League Cup. The last time the trophy's gone to Tynecastle, Shaba Laszlo has made it known he would like to get it back once more. Hearts last played in a League Cup final on this very ground. It was against Rangers. Last time out in the League Cup here against Celtic, they won 2-0. You saw the goals from Andreas Velička. It's a ground of many memories. Strong header away by McManus as he gets his first touch. And out of play it goes. Hearts move forward. Nadi is onside. An early chance for Hearts. Christian Nadi, great step inside and turned away well by Hinkle. Andy Driver was waiting. Christian Nadi showed a sleight of foot. I didn't realise he had.
What a chance to start with from Hearts, and Black causing trouble. Slips Nadi through. It's Hinkle at the right back area. It's playing him on. He's through 1-on-1, twists inside, hits the shot. Good save. Knocked off the line.
So an early start for Hearts and a good tempo as Bouzid drops the ball out wide. On to Thompson. Almost the perfect start, Bouzid. Sends his goalkeeper scrambling. He's right-footed. He wanted to play it with that. And Galvez with a horrible pass out of play onto Lee Wallace.
It was Hinkle that blocked off the line because he was the one playing him onside to start with. But to be fair to him, he tucked himself in, covered his goalkeeper and managed to kick it away. But a great chance for Christian Nadi.
So the early chance goes the way of the men in maroon. Caldwell uses his goalkeeper, Lukas Zaluska. So used, of course, to seeing Arthur Boric between the six for Celtic. Well, Christian Nadi, not a noted goal scorer, 8 in 73, and he was just onside. He called it Billy Andrews. Hinkle playing him on.
Yeah, he just stayed a little bit deeper than the rest of us in the three in the back four. But to be fair to him, once he had made the mistake, he got himself in there quickly to clear it.
McGeady back on. McManus gets it back once more. Hinkle. Z. Crosas wants it in the midfield. It comes his way. Quickly on to Gary Caldwell. Calmly done. Steve McManus. Into the Chinese internationalist. Little nibble from behind from Ian Black. We were talking before the game. We wonder if those two would match up almost at times, Billy.
Well, we'll not now because Black's playing for the forward. We thought he might just sit in front of the back four and he would just be able to pick up Gen Z, but He got in that time and Jengsy dropped short and nicked the ball off.
Maloney. Altering Guemo. Fox back in the top team after 4 games out. Combination of injury and illness. Michael Stewart, big night for him, the Hearts captain. Pulled off on Saturday. Stewart with a touch onto Abua. Hearts in reverse. The ball comes to Janos Malo. Johnson couldn't keep that in. Well, Michael Stewart, much written and said about how he was at the weekend, how he played, his reactions. He has to lift his game tonight, he knows that. Against the Celtic side, they've been rocky, but still really comfortable at times. Killen works hard, moves away from Stewart. Good battling. Palazuelos tries to drive in there. Z has it. Into Crosas. And Guemo. Fox up against the Abua. Little shimmy, Stewart comes to help, and he's left in Guemo. Solid maroon defence at the moment. On to Andrew Sinclair. Trying to push it past Lee Wallace. And the red-booted Palazuelos gathers. Nadi goes a chasing. And Caldwell kept his eye on the ball. Little nudge there. As the ball goes out of play, Tony Mowbray, a man who speaks his mind. He knows that Celtic are vulnerable early. They've lost 5 goals in the opening 10 minutes of matches this season. They've lost 18 goals in 17 games overall, and they were nearly caught again with a quick start from Christian Nadi.
Yeah, it was good thinking from me and Black first foremost, but yeah, Celtic must start games better. They have been losing early goals, and I'm sure Tony Mowbray's been working hard to rectify that.
See, on to Maloney. And Guemo flicked it, looking for Crosas with Palazuelos in there. He was then taken out. Crosas just leaving the shoulder out. Stewart and Bouzid have a little game on their own. Bouzid hits it long, and Ian Black just looks back in disgust. McManus and Caldwell at the heart of the Celtic defence. Caldwell, that's a great pass on to Aidan McGeady. McGeady just keeps it in, booed by the Hearts fans, some 600 of them here. Andy Driver battles him well. Driver on to Nadi. Hinkle. Black just tucked back in no more. And the free kick awarded by Craig Thompson.
That's the job he's got though. You see him already in the match, gives away a foul, gets one there, but he's getting back in. Celtic have to move it a little bit quicker, because all it enables Hearts to do is get back behind the ball and try and frustrate them. So a little bit quicker movement of the ball from Celtic would pay dividends.
Carlways didn't feature at all last season for Hearts on loan to Nuremberg. Abua, it's a second poor touch from David Abua, and Celtic take it quickly. Maloney, Zingzi, good tracking back by Abua. The Celtic fans felt he went through the player. Forward towards Nadi. Caldwell going in. And the offside flag was up as the ball was played. And Craig Thompson has been busy. The version against Fiorentina in the Champions League a couple of weeks ago, a 7-goal thriller. As Bouzid with a bang. Still McManus. Coaching 200 games for Celtic. Sends it forward. Look for Killen. Breaks through onto McGeady. McGeady up against Wallace. 2 pacey players. That's a fine tackle from Lee Wallace.
Yeah, matched them all the way, timed the tackle to perfection. Going to be a good battle, that one, Paul.
Well, the referee has given that Hearts way. He said it came off the boot of Aidan McGeady. Francis Andrews called this Hearts way.
Well, simple, I'm not so sure we've got that one correct.
Addy with a flick on, Hinkle with a header. And Guillermo being given the chance to run the Celtic midfield. Back on to Zaluska. And his debut against Falkirk. Played against Hamilton at the weekend, so his competitive debut at home for the Polish goalkeeper. Zaluska. Well, they can't play the Caldwell as only drivers come to block. Zaluska long. Palazuelos down for Black. Wallace across, Crosas. Calvez. Enter from Nguemo. Maloney looks lively. That's a poor challenge. You're never going to win the ball there, Billy. You've just got to stand up so you can take it, but you're never going to win a ball.
Exactly right. Sometimes you just got to stand up. No chance of winning it there. Just takes Zheng Zhi late. Free kick, letting Celtic to an easy delivery in the box. I like Maloney and McGeady, the way they've started. You know, they're coming in as well, and leaving the full-backs to get forward and get the width sometimes for Celtic.
Christian Nadi is the wall. As the ball comes across. Calvez got it away. McGeady back into the mix. McManus got his head down well. Crosas. The possession from Celtic. McGeady up against two. No way past Wallace and Driver. And Guillermo up to the edge. Obua wins it. Should get the second ball as well. Nice touch onto Nadi. Should be played forward onto Black or across to Driver. And he picked the wrong pass. McGeady heard Nadi coming. Times a delightful flick, and Nguemo read it up against Thompson, played it through for the Chinese, battles for it, good play against Palazuelos, back onto Fox, Fox across, Killen well marshalled by Wallace. Here comes Hinkle, driving for the byline, deflected. And Hearts will clear the lines through Andy Driver. There's a long way to go. Cedes possession rather easily. Maloney onto Crosas. McGeady. Crosas makes himself available again. It goes forward. Jose. Nguemo robbed by Black. Challenge from the side. Play on, says the referee. Black desperate to make an impact at Tynecastle. He's been a sub in the two of the last three. Thompson onto Obua. Obua was going nowhere. Calvez for Hearts. Runs into Crosas. Crosas made a good challenge, good recovery. So he looks up. Maloney's screaming for the ball, still doesn't come his way. Nguemo to Killen. He has Fox. Gets it to the right first time. Shouts for Lee Wallace to get it away. It's a lovely ball through by Hinkle, looking for Killen. And Calvez comes across. And the goal kick. Good possession play from Celtic, Billy. They looked for the opening and it finally came.
Yeah, it was. It was patient as well, but it was good tracking back from Goncalves as well. Spotted the danger, just comes across. Sees Killen going in there and just sees the ball out. Yeah, good possession from Celtic, but also good defending from Hearts. That's going to be the theme of the game. I like Zheng Zhi so far because he's not just interested in coming and showing. He gets into those little areas that make Hearts defenders not knowing whether to go tight with him. But he's shown a willingness to go in behind as well. Showed a good turn of pace against Palazuelos a few moments ago.
Killen flicks it forward. The Chinese Peninsula goes after it again and hooked away. Controlled by Driver. Move away from Hinkle, gets the break of the ball. Well, they beat Germany but couldn't get past Spain. Comes Zhangzi, McGeady outside him. Crispin to Killen. Process again. Back is at his back. Driver on to Nadi, that's clever. Driver's got the pace to try and get away from Hinkle. Hinkle comes across and wins the ball. Good challenge. Andreas Hinkle, Andy Driver was close to being away.
Just off balance, Andy Driver. Just a little bit of losing his balance, cost him that yard against Hinkle, but a good recovery from Hinkle also.
So Liska was left in the lurch slightly. McManus and Caldwell calmly away. There's a nice tempo about the match.
It is. Celtic are going to have loads of possession, but if they don't do it quickly enough, Hearts will just get back and sit in for straight.
Black is down, Abur comes forward. And there's some concern for Ian Black. It was Black's back, who's the problem. That will certainly jar you. Here's the challenge from Andreas Hinkle across. Lovely touch.
It was a well-timed tackle, but as I said, it just Driver's balance. It cost him at a vital moment.
Black is back. As the ball bounces around, Nadi. And the shout for the goalkeeper to come and gallop. Christian Nadi rather lashed out with that.
Yeah, he did. Just going back to Ian Black, he started well. He's done the job that he wants to do. He has to help out his midfield quickly. Made 3 or 4 tackles, given away a couple of free kicks, but also set up a chance for Christian Nadi in the first seconds of the match.
Not the best chance of the opening 14 minutes. Christian Nadi with some light footwork there in the box. Well, he has been much maligned. He promised Hearts fans he would score at the weekend against Falkirk. That didn't materialise. No such promises tonight. Caldwell on to take. Process, nice pass on to McGeady. Wallace, close by him. Good play from McGeady. Driver with a sliding challenge. Back on to Process. Moves it away. Fox on the angle. Galvez, I thought, was struggling slightly. Did well to recover with a header. Battling away with Chris Killen. And Andy Driver. And this one is Andreas Hinkle. Hinkle on to McGeady. McGeady up against Wallace. No way past again. And again, it's adjudged to have knocked off McGeady, and I think it did that time.
Well, it's close enough to call it, we'll say that.
From a panoramic view at Celtic Park.
1 out of 2.
Palazuelos on to Black. Sends it for Nadi to chase. Caldwell's got the angle. And he uses his goalkeeper well. So Liska on to Crusas. Away from Stuart well. The pass went on to Wallace. Wallace to Nadi. Now on to Abur. Nice shimmy from Abur. On to Black. To Thompson, he really can deliver well. And McManus swept the ball away. Palazuelos for Hearts. Hearts turn for some possession. Palazuelos. And Calvez.
Shabalazzo were delighted with the start his team have made. Created 1 chance and also having a spell of possession at this moment, but no saves for Janis Balov to make either. So good start from them.
Some nice passing from Hearts. Got the score of the weekend against Falkirk on Saturday. First time in 10 games they'd failed to find the net. And as Balov launches it long, McManus easily beats Black. Caldwell. Not really what you expect from Gary Caldwell.
sometimes safety first though.
Well, Shabo Laszlo, much going on. Hearts announcing a new sporting director, and led to understand it's a former Vilnius and Lithuanian under-21 coach. It's the only information I could glean before kick-off. Much more to come. Shabo Laszlo perhaps a man under pressure and a man with a point to prove. The contract is yet to be signed, which is why no name has been given to us, we understand. Well, it's going to be a free kick. Harry Colwell into the face of Christian Nadi. Fairly simple decision.
Yeah, he did catch him, committed to the ball, but I thought maybe Ian Black that occasion could have taken a gamble and go in behind, but he just was caught in his heels there. There you go. You just see Black. Maybe he should have been taking the gamble a little bit quicker. Hearts could have been in.
Hearts moving forward. Thompson appearing this time on the left-hand side. Zhang he's just been cuddled there by Michael Stewart. You wonder what he makes of the pace of the Scottish game. Zhang certainly doesn't seem to shirk any of the physical side of it. And Guemo. Celtic yet to test Janis Ballard in the opening 19 minutes of the match. They may do so now as McGeady leads the charge for that time. From Maida McGeady. 3 goals this term already for Tony Mowbray's men. Well, his predecessors won the League Cup. He'll be hoping to do the same. The last 3 Celtic managers have wandered away with the League Cup trophy at some point in their reign. Zhang Tenguemo. McManus again tries to find McGeady. And again it's Lee Wallace. He deals with it now, Scottish internationalist Lee Wallace.
He's done well, he's taken his game to another level. Started the match well, but again, it's the same theme. Celtic, bit of possession all in front of Hearts. Eventually they're forced to play the long diagonal from McManus to McGeady, and it's easily cut out by Hearts. They have to shift it a little bit quicker.
There's a man who can move it, Maloney. On to McGeady. McGeady moving on. Still leading McGeady. Opened up for him. Couldn't get the ball over Kankawas. Back onto Crosas. Pinkel. Pinkel's delivery. Should be Buzid's ball. It was. Celtic will persist again. On to Maloney. He's got a magnificent goal against Rangers in this competition. Forward to Fox. Maloney almost robbed Thompson. And Hearts managed to smuggle the ball clear. Abua against Nguemo. Nadi was knocked off the ball far too easily. No free kick forthcoming. McGeady. He tries for the wonder goal and gets row number 7.
He's not getting any joy wide, so on that occasion he goes in the pitch, picks up the ball. You know the shot miles over the crossbar, but it's much better. They need to start getting in there and getting the full-backs wide. And that's the full-backs there, you see Danny Fox getting himself forward. They have to do that a little bit more, because the delivery into the box from Celtic so far in the match is coming from 30-40 yards out. They have to try and get in behind this Hearts defence.
Frustration slightly from McGeady. And in the dig from distance. Crosas. Buzid was strong. Comes on to Maloney. Showed too much of that to Craig Thompson. Just cleared these lines. Celtic unbeaten against Hearts since Hearts won here in that quarter-final of the League Cup. Andrius Velička scoring the goals as a substitute. McGeady through looking for Killen. Galvez was there. And Michael Stewart, the thumbs up. His central defender. Midway through the first half at Celtic Park, there's been a pace about the game. Not too many chances just yet. As Black tried to send it through for Abua. Celtic 0, Hearts 0. None of the quarter-finals last night required extra time or penalties. Well, the fact that Billy Dodds is alongside me will almost certainly guarantee it.
Well, I've had a few, Paul.
He was the 11-10 last season. Marvellous. Taken down by a Bua. Can't hold on to it. Here's Hassan Nguemo. On to Maloney. A ripple of expectation around Celtic Park. McGeady. Up against Palazuelos. That's a lovely ball, but it was spotted well by Opua. Fox had snuck in. Kosas. Knocked on. Where Maloney tried to find Killer. And Black with a sliding challenge. It's pretty even, Billy.
It is, but movement from Maloney again this time. Comes in the pitch, lets Fox go, and it just needs a harder hit pass, and then eventually it comes there. It's a little flick that comes to nothing, but nearly. It's the full-backs that are going to be so important tonight, given Celtic win, also given Hearts win, because Celtic only playing with one up front.
Lee Wallace heads it from where it came, and even McGeady, the initial crossing, McGeady going again. Nice touch. There's Hansen and Nguemo quite happy to sit, and let Maloney and McGeady come in and move forward. Nice little 1-2. Maloney reverses it neatly, but the shot in the end was tame. It was a lovely reverse by Sean Maloney, but the pace was lacking.
It's unlucky. It's that little injection of pace I'm talking about. Maloney coming in the pitch, plays a little give and go with Zheng Zi, gets it, tries to curl the shot, but just straight at Janis Barlow. It's quick movement though, that's what they need.
Yeah, he's every right to be disappointed. Sean Maloney, 8 goals in his League Cup time at Celtic. This is his 14th appearance tonight. Won the competition 2001 and 2006. 2010 would also look nice on his CV. Thompson with a throw into Black. Back on to Thompson. Caldwell. Thump clear. Stewart stood still, Killen didn't. Van Bouzid got in a good challenge in the end because he was away. Fox got the shout from Nguemo. Caldwell. McGeady came short, picked it up in space. Hinkle on the overlap. Hinkle low into the box. And Goncalves, well, he just blasted it away. That was the shout from his goalkeeper, and that was safety first.
Yeah, it was just easy defending, but it's that movement again. It's McGeady in the pitch, turns, plays Hinkle wide, ball in the box. Hearts have to defend it, at least around the back of the Hearts defence.
An interesting cup tie so far. Driver. Evades his man, Palazuelos just caught and no more. Well, the referee is no more than 10 yards away. He's always going to call that right.
Careful. That'll suit Hearts, just breaking the game up. You know, even though they're in the one half of possession, they get a little free kick, just slow it down. That's the frustration I'm talking about. Not just getting men into areas, but just taking their time, whether it's corner kicks, set pieces, throw-ins, just slow the game down. That's what Hearts will do all night.
Well, that time from Janis Barlow in the papers talking about a horse and cart ride when you win a cup in Hungary. I'm sure Hearts could do something a little bit better. So the Hungarian tradition of the team being pulled along by the horse and cart. He's won the cup 3 times, 2 different clubs. And I think he'll ask for a bit better transportation should Hearts secure the League Cup.
Times are hard here as well, Paul. They might have to do that, Hearts.
At the very least, they could afford a closed-top bus. Maloney moving in. Bouzid with a header away. On to McGeady. McGeady with the turn, opens up slightly, good tracking back by Black. Good spoiling work. Wallace into Black. Wallace again. Christian Nadi was all over Gary Colbert. If we simply allow play to continue. Killen. Intercepted by Palazuelos. Back to Crosas. Maloney. Zanzi. Rare miscontrol by McGeady. Celtic continue to press. They wanted a free kick. Boozing on Killen. No, says the referee. Out wide by Crosas. Maloney going for the byline. Again, no end product from Sean Maloney. Worked himself into good position, but overhit the cross.
Yeah, need to do better than that. Sean Maloney, got to step overs, goes to the byline. Just got to hang up, got to get the weight of his cross right, and just hits it too hard and beyond the Hearts' goal.
And they say each game stands alone, and you shouldn't worry about the form you bring in. And I was watching on Jim Jeffries, Kilmarnock boss, Celtic play Killie on Saturday. John Hughes will cross swords with Hearts as a boss in November. Celtic haven't won at home in their last 3 games. Does that prey on your mind at all, or is that just simply gone? You don't worry about that kind of thing?
No, it certainly does. If you play at home, you've not been doing well. You know that the crowd are going to go on your back at some point. You just feel that little bit of pressure. It's nice to go off to a good start, get an early goal, get the crowd behind you, but it's gone to plan for Hearts so far.
Around about 19,000 tickets have been sold for the match. There was a pay at the gate option as well. There's Michael Stewart. Michael Concalves. Wallace closed down quickly. On to Driver. Ballock, not particularly good ball away, but Crosas sticks out a leg, falls to Wallace. Boer looks to try and get in there, but it's all the way back to Lucas Zaluska, the 27-year-old. Boer chased well, but really had no chance. Zaluska wanted somebody to come short. They'll end up playing it long. He battled for it. Palazuelos loses out, followed through ever so slightly. A little stretch for Crosas. Palazuelos missed the one against Hamilton, the only time he's not played for Hearts this season. Just overstretching, catching Crosas.
Silly one, because Crosas had poked the ball through to the Hearts defenders. They had possession of it, and now Celtic are able to just put it in the box.
Flicked into the box, dealt with by Palazuelos. Hinkle onto Crosas. Celtic again. He's with the legions of Maroon as Killen tries to take the touch. Now Brewer. Thompson. Good run by Thompson. Opened up the space for Black. Now it comes out to Craig Thompson. Only Nadi in the box for Hearts. And Thompson gets a break. First corner of the match. It's taken almost 32 minutes. It comes for Hearts.
It's on the counter-attack again, and it's just Ian Black finding those little areas again. It's easy pass out defence, picks it up, rolls in Thompson the way there, and they get a corner. It's simple for Hearts, but it's Black. It's pulling them together both defensively and offensively.
Thompson. The delivery comes out on Andy Driver. Driver steps up, blasted it. Caldwell closed him. Maloney chases after it. Huckled out of the ball. Bouzid sends it too far. Andy Driver, my initial thought was take it with the right foot.
Yeah, swing the leg after he wanted too much time. Wanted on the favoured left foot. Takes his touch, but took an eternity to hit the shot as well. We've got to do it quicker than that if you want to get goals.
Andy Driver trying to net in a cup tie for the first time for Hearts. All 15 goals have come in the SPL. Oh well, on the head, oh well. McGiddy, Zingzi. Back on to McGiddy. Wallace might be stretched here. He is. Hinkle, it's about the delivery. And Chris Killen goes in, he was well marshalled.
They look dangerous when they do it properly, Celtic, and again it's just McGiddy picking up, going inside. Look at Hinkle again, getting behind him, getting in the box. It's a decent ball in, but it's well defended again, but it's better areas for Celtic.
McGiddy, Valencia had company. Nadi, nice touch away from Crosas. Adventurous ball up towards Black, the goalkeeper's coming, Black can lift it, Hearts would score. He just couldn't get underneath it. The goalkeeper came, and for a moment there was a window of opportunity.
Yeah, McManus was struggling. Zaluska had come as well, and if he could just get the right contact on it, Ian Black probably lobs over and gets the finish all wrong. But Nadi digs it a wonderful pass. We don't expect that from outside of the right foot, diagonal. Great chance for Ian Black.
Maloney, head down and goes. Buzi, fabulous tackle. Now on to McGiddy. McGiddy and Wallace. McGiddy went down a little bit too easily. Play on, says the referee. Driver sends it forward. Caldwell heading up at Celtic Park. Just about 10 minutes to half time. Rosas on to Fox. Fox gets the ball away into Michael Stewart. Stewart wanted movement down the flank. Go back onto Craig Thompson. Andre Nguemo gathers. Maloney onto McGiddy. No Hinkle on the overlap that time. He'll have to hold on. Gary Caldwell is yelling at Hinkle for not going on the overlap. The ball comes out to Zingzi. Zingzi blocked by Abua. Back on to Fox. Too pedestrian from Celtic at the moment. Ball played across, Bouzid with a shout. And gets the head up. Out onto Abua. Onto Nadi. Michael Stewart battling for it and loses fairly out to Crosas. Crosas onto Killen. Killen up against Goncalves. Goncalves battling and he's taken down. Well, both these sides are really scrapping, really going for it. But Shudi and Black have Hearts in the lead.
That's a chance. I mean, it's a great run from him. As I said, he's doing the defensive job. But look, Zaluska's come. McManus is struggling. If he can just get a lob on it, I'm sure it ends up in the net. But let's give Nadi credit to pick out that pass. It was wonderful. Doesn't he know it?
He suddenly finds the top of the dugout very interesting.
Two best chances of the match so far. Hearts.
They have gone the way of Hearts. Conventional wisdom suggests you have to take them when they come along. Although Hearts have been struggling, just 2 goals in the last 4 visits to Celtic Park. Andy Driver got 1 and Suso, who scored earlier on in the season, got the other. He's not in the 16 for Hearts tonight. Paul again wins the header. On to McGiddy. Nguemo. Into Zingzi. Alvarez with him. Held him off. And the referee or assistant saw anything wrong with it. Lee Wallace. A little touch. On to Black. Nadi Hearts concentrated down this left-hand side. Bouzid. On to Thompson. Abua tries to move away from Maloney. Does so. Goes to the byline. The cross back is a great one. Bouzid! Inches away from the opening goal. Inches away from his first Hearts goal.
Made that the 3 best chances of the game. David Abua wide that right hand side. Danny Fox can't get close to him. He picks out a wonderful cross. Bouzid must hit the target from that range. What, 8 yards? Just screws his header wide, but it's 3 wonderful opportunities for Hearts.
No hand to the head that time, just the grimace as Celtic presents. He come forward! Route 1 at times can be brutally effective, and it almost was for Celtic.
Yeah, it's just about how quick they did it though. Route 1, as you said, Paul, it's just up to Kelly. It's a little flick. We talked about Zheng Zi having the willingness to go in behind. Good technique, gets it down, gets it past Balor, but also past that right-hand post.
Good goal scoring record for most of the places he's been to at international level. 12 goals in 48 is not a bad return. He's looking to get on the mark here for Celtic, and this is his 4th appearance. Zheng Zi again moves it forward. Hearts block. Muzid and Zheng Zi coming together there. Both have had the chances in the last 100 seconds or so. Celtic and Hearts battling for the semi-final places. Congratulations last night for Rangers, St Johnstone and St Mirren. We'll be watching on to see who's going to complete the quartet. Zheng again. McGeady. Fox wishes it. McGeady steps inside. He had 5 Celtic players ahead of him that time, Aidan McGeady. Trying to be selfish, trying to create something, and in the end, the result speaks for itself.
He's a wonderful talent, he's an exciting talent, but he's got to recognise the awareness side of the game. He commits players to him, and when he does, he's got to realise if I've got 2 or 3 round about me, there's spare men for my team, and sometimes just got to release it that little bit earlier.
Celtic nil, Hearts nil. An 0-0 draw in May ended a run of 47 meetings with a goal scored. So 0-0 draws don't come along too often in this fixture. Andreas Hinkle inside onto Krosas, quickly up to McGeady. Wallace, little push. That was clever thinking by Aidan McGeady. He spotted Z there. He also knew that Wallace was right beside him. The Hearts left back was out of position.
Yeah, he just got there, just underhit the pass. Aidan McGeady a little bit more pace on it. Shows Zheng Zi was away.
McManus for Maloney. Eugene comes across, and Celtic earn their first corner of the match.
Celtic wide men getting narrow and narrow, and a good run from Maloney, and it just releases Fox on the left hand side. Chose not to play Fox and just play Maloney up the channel, and he gets his team a corner. Quick and effective for Celtic.
So Maloney curls it in. Gary Caldwell was up there. Chris Killen, I think, turned it away from goal. Another decent ball in. Aidan McGeady waiting for it, just to stab it through, and Craig Thompson supplies the welly that Hearts needed that time.
It's a great chance, a great delivery in. Just comes through traffic, and they'll just put it down to Chris Killen. Saw it late, but over bodies, he just sees it late. Comes through a lot of traffic.
The thoughts at half-time of Craig Levein and Pat Nevin. Nicky Vipont in the studio. McGeady. Hinkle and McGeady combine. Hearts are in trouble this time. McGeady for the byline. Good block. Goalkeeper comes up with a punch. Sean Maloney goes in, doesn't get away. Great save, Killen. And it's straight point blank with Janis Balak, and Balak, the Hungarian goalkeeper, made the stop.
Ends up a wonderful stop from Chris Killen, Janis Balak. Great save, but what we're talking about, the recognition of McGeady, realises there are players round about, plays the 1-2, and Celtic have numerous chances after that to put it in the net, but a fine save from Balak.
Celtic's second corner. Danny Fox gets ready to take. Fox across, the flick header on! And diving in at the back with Gary Caldwell. And almost a former Hibs combination undoing Hearts.
Yeah, it's a decent delivery in again, and I think it's Chris Killen here hitting the front post here. Just a little flick. Gary Cole just can't react, inches away around the back post, but good movement from Celtic all round.
A really good header from Chris Killen. If you can't get it on target, knock it into somewhere that somebody might get on the end of it. Good play.
Yeah, exactly. You've got your big men up, you get Killen attacking space, Caldwell attacking space, McManus attacking space, and Killen goes front post, Caldwell around the back, just can't get the connection.
gets played wide. Maloney. There's been a really good tempo about this League Cup quarter-final, the Cooperative Insurance Cup. Will provide the first silverware of the season. And already the fans of the Saints, of the Mirren and Johnston varieties, are dreaming of Hampden. No additional time will be played as McGeady on to Crosas. Now Hinkle, Hearts are stretched again. McGeady, good run, and Carves comes out. McGeady goes for the byline, it's the goalkeeper's ball. And Boozy just shouts to his goalkeeper, just calm down.
Yeah, just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. I still think as a former striker I want to see one of the Celtic players attacking that front area, whether it's Chris Killen, whether it's Zheng Zi, doesn't matter, but McGeady does well, gets himself in behind that half defence, clips it across, but a little bit too close to the goalkeeper.
Celtic have failed to score in the last two home matches. The frustration so far continuing as half-time approaches. That's a free kick. Boozy just took out Nguemo that time.
Nowhere to go.
Comes McGeady up towards Killen. And Killen, I don't think he'd quite set his compass properly that time. Just put the shot way wide. Hearts will be happy. Their owner Vladimir Romanov, I'm told, is back in Lithuania. Used to be such a frequent visitor to Edinburgh. Came yesterday, gave the squad a pep talk. He'll be convinced it's working. Nadi gets the ball through. Here comes Driver. On to Black. Nadi. Hearts have got four men forward. Abour strokes it across. Black tries to get it down onto Nadi. It flashed past the Frenchman without a final touch being applied.
He's not got great height, Ian Black, but getting himself into areas. Hinkle can't match it, knocks it down, chance gone.
Well, at the final moments of the first half here at Celtic Park, and Ian Black into the match this evening, starting for the fourth time only for Hearts, has been at the heart of the action. An outrageously brilliant pass from Christian Nani. Black just couldn't get there to lift it over the goalkeeper. A wonderful opportunity. And then Boozy should have put this on target from 8 yards out. And then there was a wonderful save. Janos Balak, McGeady came in. He came out, fought with Chris Killen, taken down brilliantly, and then Killen tried to knock it over the goalkeeper, and he was strong enough with a hand to turn it away. Plenty happening at Celtic Park apart from goals. Half-time, Celtic 0, Hearts 0.
Well, I think the half-time whistle came at the wrong time there. The match really started to heat up there, but no goals at half-time as it is. But Pat, a furious pace though the first half.
Absolutely. I was quite impressed with the Hearts set up. You know, obviously they defend very well. I mean, they've got two centre-halves who love to tackle, sometimes not very fairly, it has to be said. But that's what they've got to do here. They've got to fight to stay in the game. But as you said, the game absolutely last 10 or 15 minutes opened up a bit, let us a bit of space develop. Driver maybe didn't get back as much. Craig and I were chatting about that before. And that opened the game up again, made it more exciting, and the chances started coming. So let's hope we see more of that in the second half.
Yes, absolutely. And you would imagine, Craig, the way that the first half finished, if the second half carries on like that, it won't be long before we see some goals.
Yeah, I think what happened towards the end of that first half was players start to get a little bit tired. The space opens up, and I think that was evident down this side, this Celtic's right-hand side. Early in the game, Driver was getting back to double up and help Wallace, but as the game wore on, he didn't quite have the same energy. But it's how bold Celtic want to be, because you know Hearts are sitting in and they've got the system where they get everybody behind the ball, leave one striker, and then they try and break really quickly. If Celtic throw too many players forward, as we've seen once or twice, then Hearts can maybe pick them off and get a goal. And
they almost got a goal right at the very start. 1 minute and 7 seconds, Christian Nadi, and a fine chance for him.
I have to say, I'll be very open about this. I'll give Nadi a bit of stick in the past. I think he's worked very hard today. He didn't have to work particularly hard for this. That was obviously poor defence from Celtic, caught cold. I don't think that was going in there. But he seemed lively to start. But with Rocket here, he's not offside. So well done, you know, and he gets in there. Maybe he could have had a shot there, Craig.
I would have preferred him to shoot on his stronger side, his right side. I know it's a tight angle, but it was a decent chance.
But he's chasing, he's using his physique here, which is what I was complaining about. I mean, a game against Zagreb, we had it on BBC here. and it was very unimpressive indeed. But here, getting a little bit of speed up now. It's a bad ball on the end, but at least he's working hard to try and get on the ball. But this is a neat piece of skill.
Yeah, it's a fantastic pass, and I think that the ball just skipped as it hit the ground there. I think Ian Black might have been able to take a chance first time with it, because Lucas had come running out of his goals to anticipate that crossfield pass. That was a good chance. I know it just skipped by him, but it was a good chance.
Not for the first time, it has to be said, in the game. Zalewski, he actually comes off his line quite quickly. He has to be aware of that. If the Hearts play spot that, he could maybe be lobbed quite easily. Yeah,
well, one of the intriguing battles in the game is Aidan McGeady down the right-hand side, Lee Wallace inside, sort of trying to make sure he doesn't get to the byline.
I think we were both really looking forward to this. We both, Lee Wallace a few 1-on-1s. Driver helping him early on. For some obscure reason, that was given as a Hearts throw-in. But Driver comes back and helps as much as possible. Wallace looks good there, doesn't it, against McGeady?
Any time, Pat, that McGeady's tried to run Wallace down the line, it hasn't got by him. I think that there again he manages to get the tackle in. But I think Driver's doing a good job. He's trying to block off that pass inside, the run inside, and then Wallace stepped in and took that one in front
eventually McGeady comes inside a little bit and decides to start looking for a little bit of space inside. Now, if you look for a little bit of space inside and change your angles like he does this time, suddenly it works. But that's about 43 minutes.
What he's done is, I think, to be honest, he's worked out that he maybe can't get by down the outside. So now he's trying different things coming in. There's a 1-2 that time, down the outside, ball into the box. And I don't know if Maloney can maybe header that on target, when it bounces up to him. But it's a good save. It's a good save by Ballard.
Well done by the keeper. But the other thing I suppose I would say is sometimes about McGeady, he doesn't change his mind. He does the same thing time and time again. Here, it's not working, try something else.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's got to do.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I guess we're saying that there was chances towards the end of that first half there, and pretty exciting ones as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I suppose at the start of the game you don't expect that many chances if Hearts are playing 4 at the back, 5 in midfield. But it's going to be saying, starts to open up. This is a neat little bit of play, and Genji, it's just a simple little one-touch move, and it's neat, and Sean Maloney's good at this. Like McGeady and Maloney, very similar. They look better when they're coming inside. And I think that's something that Tony Mowbray knows.
He does like that, doesn't he, Mowbray? But here's another one here for Hearts this time, and frustrating from a Hearts point of view.
Boozy broke forward from the back, played the pass out wide to be seen in the picture here, makes the run inside. Aboud as well pulls it back, and I think he'll be disappointed, because Lucas, I think, was kind of blocked off from seeing the ball. There was a huge space at the side of the goal.
And Zhangji, route 1 we called it, but it's not a bad effort.
Just seconds later, you could arguably maybe have taken that on another step, but he's got 3 defenders coming in tight to him. But if you're playing that one off the striker role, you need to be an intelligent player and need to know when to go. And Killen now and again is up winning the odd little flick, so that was clever play for him. I mean, he's still slightly peripheral to the game, Zhangji, but you can see he's got classy touches.
He certainly has. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about the first half we've just seen, but of course 3 teams are already through to the semi-final of this competition. They played last night. This is what happened with Jonathan Sutherland.
After all the talk of the bank-running Rangers, Walter Smith's side high-fived their way into this tricky cup tie at Dens Park. It began brightly for Rangers, Tony Bullock saving from Nacho Novo. And from the corner, Rangers took the lead. Stephen Whittaker with a header, the former Hibs man credited with the goal, although the ball actually ended up in the back of the net off the foot of Dundee defender Eric Payton. Dundee had what manager Jockey Scott called a stonewall penalty claim turned down. Craig Forsyth going down under challenge from Rangers keeper Neil Alexander. From the replay, it looks like they had a case. As it was, Dundee raised the roof at Dens Park in the 29th minute. Lee Griffiths putting Rangers on the slide with an absolutely stunning goal. Plenty of hype about Griffiths, and no wonder. Dundee had a second stonewall penalty claim according to their manager. Griffiths shoved by Stephen Whittaker according to Jockey Scott. Again, referee Dougie MacDonald decided it wasn't a penalty. The First Division leaders almost took a 2-1 lead. Griffiths again, this time with a header, but a combination of Gary McKenzie and Neil Alexander conspired to save Rangers as the ball ended up just over the bar. And as fate would have it, it was Gary McKenzie with the vital touch as Dundee fell behind. Stephen Whittaker with the ball into the box and McKenzie's header looping into the net. Rangers drew strength from the goal, and the former Dundee striker Nacho Novo set up John Fleck to seal a 3-1 victory 5 minutes from time. An important win for Rangers after a difficult few days. St Mirren had Paul Gallagher to thank early on against Motherwell, the keeper saving well from Jim O'Brien. Goals expected here, these sides had shared 6 in the SPL at the weekend. The first goal arrived in the 23rd minute, Michael Higdon with the breakthrough. The header from the former Falkirk striker too strong for Motherwell keeper John Ruddy. We had to wait until the second half for the rest of the goals to rain in. The second arrived just after the hour mark. Jack Ross with the overlap run and the former Falkirk defender claiming the goal, although the final touch came off Motherwell defender Sean Hutchinson. 3-3 it finished at the weekend, but here it would finish 3-0 to St Mirren. Andy Dorman driving into the Motherwell box, and this time the last touch would come off Motherwell defender Stephen Craigan. After struggling for goals last season, St Mirren suddenly in a free-scoring frame of mind. St Johnstone were out for revenge after having lost United at home back in September. Kenny Duker almost gave Saints the lead from a header. Liam Craig with a cross for the former Gretna striker. Despite going well in the league, United didn't play well in this game. The former Everton striker Danny Cadamarteri with their best effort in the first half, but the shot well over the bar and things just wouldn't go United's way. St Johnstone took the lead in the 72nd minute. The goal credited to Saints defender Stephen Anderson. He certainly claimed it, although the final touch may well have come off the head of Dundee United's Sean Dillon. Not that he'd be claiming it. And Saints' second goal certainly was an own goal. Darren Dodds with a final touch. United 2-0 down. Perhaps a surprise referee Steve Conroy didn't blow for a foul on United keeper Steve Banks though. The game ended in fairly frantic fashion as United pulled a goal back with 9 minutes to play. Prince Buabin with a header from Michael Kovacevic's ball into the box. But it wasn't enough as Craig Levine's side slipped out of the competition.
Yes, Dundee United semi-finalists last year out in the quarter-final stages, and managers here tonight. Craig, fair enough, you were out on the performance last night, do you think?
I can't argue with that, Dougie. I'm really frustrated and disappointed in the way we played. And St Johnstone deserved to go through.
Yeah, and you know, it's disappointing because you had a great win at the weekend, of course, in the league, and we all remember last year in the semi-final against Celtic in this competition and the excitement of that. So frustrating, given the way it's been going so far this season for you.
Yeah, we just had too many players who underperformed on the night, and we took a great support through, and you know, we're disappointed for them as well as for ourselves. Okay, well, let's talk a bit about the first game we saw there. Rangers, of course, were at Dundee, and Dundee gave Rangers a bit of a torrid time, especially in the second half. There was an OG which let Rangers back into the game, but a worrying time for Walter Smith during that game.
There was an OG, there was plenty of OGs during those games. I've never seen so many OGs in my life. I wouldn't be surprised if there was another one tonight, the way it's going this competition so far. With Rangers, it was a strange one because they did put out a team that had quite a few changes in it, so if they would have, you know, slipped up in any way, they could have pointed to that. But you know, Walter Smith will be desperate, like the Rangers fans, to get some silverware this season, because we all know the troubles that are surrounding the club at the moment. It's, without being a meltdown or crisis, it's not far off it. It certainly sounds like it, looks like it if you read the newspapers. But you know, they showed a little bit of steel, a little bit of good attitude there, and a couple of young lads coming through, and it's always good. I mean, we heard so much about young Fleck. If he comes on and scores goals now and again, he can slowly but surely build in to being a very good player for Rangers. I mean, people expected him to come in and, you know, take it by storm right from the start. Very few players actually do that. Slowly but surely, bit by bit. That's what Walter Smith, that's why he's a good manager. He does that at the right time. Yeah,
just to widen the Dundee divide, Craig, Jockey Scott was screaming for a couple of penalties in that game. Having seen it, would you agree with Jockey or the referee?
I didn't think either of them were penalties in all honesty, but no doubt I'd have been screaming for them as well if it was me.
Right, let's talk a bit about St Mirren as well. 3-0 win against Motherwell, Pat, and of course there was a 3-3 draw against Motherwell in the league at the weekend, and St Mirren were 3-1 up and let in 2 late goals, so good turnaround for them.
It is fantastic for St Mirren because you know, this is what's so hard with the team, and there was a period of time you didn't expect St Mirren to score 3 goals in any game, let's be fair. So that is great, what a lift that'll, and good to see Andy Donald getting forward as much as he does again, like he did last season, looking better again. I think he's a very, very important player. More concerned really for Motherwell. They're a very strange side this season. Sometimes you watch them and you think, wow, what a team, great football, really impressive. The young lads brought in looking fantastic as well. And then other times you see them and it can be in the same game. It can be a great first half. I watched them against Hibs, at Fir Park. In the first half they were great against Hibs, and in the second half didn't turn up at all, and they were beaten, really well beaten. So it's kind of a strange one for Motherwell at the moment, because they've quite clearly got some very, very good players there, but you just never know what you're going to see, not only game to game, but half to half.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, you're not going to be featuring your side in the semi-finals, but St Mirren, St Johnstone and Rangers, that's a lot to look forward to, isn't it, in terms of the semi-finals? We don't know who's going to go through tonight, of course, but it could be anybody's, really. Yeah, and I'm sure that St Mirren and St Johnstone will be wanting to play each other. Whoever goes through from this game, that's what they'll be praying for, to give themselves a chance of getting into the final. Yeah, St Mirren's second semi-final in a year, of course. They beat Celtic in the Scottish Cup and then were beaten by Rangers in the semi-final.
Well, yeah, I mean, great exciting for them, and yes, you're enjoying mentioning that, I'm noticing. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, let's get back to tonight's game. It's Celtic against Hearts tonight, and we've said it was really quite exciting towards the end of the first half. But we've just heard that the man who's on the front of the programme, Paddy McCourt, is coming on for Celtic, and he was the player of the round the last round. He scored an amazing goal against Falkirk. That's going to be exciting for Celtic fans, hearing that he's coming on. I mean, absolutely. I mean, the guy's got incredible skills. A joy to watch. And I think if he's coming on for probably Sean Maloney,
I've just heard it is Sean Maloney. Yeah.
Well, that would make absolute sense. Whether he's got legs to last 45 minutes, never mind 90, we'll see. But when he gets the ball, he's a joy to watch. He has fantastic skills. Don't know about his knowledge about going back, but going forward, he's a very, very special player. Love watching him.
He's a player you know as well, Craig.
Yeah, I tried to sign him, and before he was at West Brom, after him in Celtic at the same time, and he is a player who is a little bit different from Maloney in that he's got a more languid style, and when he picks the ball up he seems to drift past people. Maloney's all energy and he looks busy and quick turns, whereas Paddy McCourt gets on the ball, he's so elegant and he goes inside, outside, and when he gets the ball he plays in sort of fits and starts really, but when he gets the ball and runs at people he can be devastating.
Do you think Granty actually is telling them some more tricks and skills there and little dummies, or do you think Granty can't really actually tell him anything? No, I think the great thing, the strange thing about him, and it will infuriate every manager who almost certainly has worked with him, he's not really that young a man anymore. With that amount of skill, he should be a lot further ahead in his career by now. Yeah. But we'll see, he's walked on, I'm just desperate to see guys
like that. Here's the big cheer, he's just been announced.
Desperate to see, and I think the Celtic fans love him, but would like to see him getting the ball as much as possible in dangerous areas. Do you know what's interesting today? He's playing against a young man up in that right back area, Thompson, who was fabulous on Saturday there. Now, that's a real test for the young lad Thompson. So, good battle on the right hand side with the full back Wallace. Brilliant battle on the other side now as well.
Well, it's all going to be pretty exciting. You'll see it live here on BBC One Scotland in the company of our commentary team, Billy Dodds and Paul Mitchell.
Thank you, Dougie. The change you've seen, and Hearts too are going to make a change as well. And Egger Jonsson will replace Ian Black, I understand. So Egger Jonsson is on a stop-start to the season. Egger Jonsson just a 5th appearance, and Ian Black has gone off. And unless there's an injury, I would class that as a slight surprise. I thought Ian Black played very well.
I can only think that is an injury. I think he had an industrious first half, a really good first half. He was combining his work going forward, Ian Black, and also getting back and helping out. Maloney was quiet in the first half, and I think that's why Paddy McCourt's on.
You see the teams, one change by either manager. It was first against 8th in the SPL when these sides met here a couple of years back. As the ball gets flicked through on to Andy Driver. Driver's got it past the goalkeeper. He won't get it past Andy Hinkle. And that was quick play from Hearts, and Andy Driver almost caught Celtic out.
He did. It's a great run straight away from Johnson. He just wins the header. Caldo can't reach it. It's another great chance they've had. for Hearts. 3 or 4 so far. He gets it round Zaluska, but just can't get into the net. Wonderful chance.
And a poor ball into the box. So Hearts have been lively. As I mentioned, it was first against 8 where Hearts upset Celtic. Hearts currently 9th in the SPL, 9 points from 9. Celtic 11 points better off in first place. Kagawa strong against Zhengzi. On to Nadi. Shows a delightful little touch, then falls down. Nguemo. Eric Johnson got in there quickly. Driver with those yellow boots. On to Nadi. Here's Craig Thompson. On to Abua. Buzzi. Buzzi sends across on Eric Johnson. Theatrically goes down. Eddie McGiddy up against Wallace. And Wallace deals with a threat from the Irishman. Michael Stewart tries to play it through for Christian Nadi, an easy one for Lucas Zaluska to Kimangala. First meaningful touch for Paddy McCourt, nowhere to go. Great goal in the last round, he was the player of the round. His performance against Falkirk. Comfortable 4-0 win. Hearts had to come from behind against Dunfermline at Tynecastle. It looked for a while that Charles Laszlo's rough ride in cup competitions would continue. Palazuelos holding on. Then Nguemo was ready to break. Off to McGiddy. Back to Nguemo. Away from Stewart. Set out wide onto McCourt. McCourt against Thompson. Who's going to get the early statement? McCourt blocked by Obua. Comes on to Nadi, and Nadi was helped to the ground by Stephen McManus, according to the referee. Stewart takes it quickly, on to Driver, Driver up against Caldwell. Andy Driver twists, turns, he's got some help coming out of Caldwell, and Andrea Sinkle does enough to put off Andy Driver.
Good thinking from Michael Stewart. Sees the opportunity to take it quickly. I think when Driver gets into that position with his pace against Gary Caldwell, just be direct, just be positive. He does it, he gets himself in all sorts of trouble, and that's a really weak shot.
Caldwell sends it long. Zhengzi stumbled. Kagawa's forward. Easy takedown by Gary Caldwell. Caldwell forward, Kagawa's had to win that. Zhengzi was in behind him. Stewart deflected off Crosas. Comes header. Stewart still complaining that came off the arm of Crosas. Referee's allowed play to continue. Here comes Aidan McGiddy. McGiddy trying to be direct. Kagawa blocks him, and then Michael Stewart picks up. Stewart onto Wallace. Wallace with a pirouette. And back onto Stewart. Wallace through onto Driver, offside. The flag of Francis Andrews on the near side. Jose Concalves seems to have benefited from his time in German football. He's a very confident player at the moment, Billy.
He's been dragged out the central area a few times. He's been rock solid so far in the match because Lee Wallace was caught far up the pitch. Andrew Driver wasn't getting back, and he was he had to get out there as a central defender to match McGiddy. He did so brilliantly.
He applauds. He's played in the English League Cup for a goal against Stockport. Not quite sure it was the highlight of his career. Signed by Charlton by Alan Pardew. Nadi. To Wallace. Driver attracts attention immediately. Crosas comes over. Fox has looked assured at fullback, and McCourt turns Thompson brilliantly. Now McCourt, Buzzi comes out. McCourt still going, is it another cracker? Rattles the bar, and McGiddy rattles thin air. McGiddy steps over on the other side, deflected McCourt.
Well, the boys are talking about it in the studio, and he just comes on, excites the crowd. He just feels Craig Thompson, spins him, gets in, down the left channel, turns inside, absolutely ferocious shot right off the crossbar from Paddy McCourt.
It'll be in his mind that he can take on the fullback. Craig Thompson will be wary. It's a lovely piece of play just to move away from the fullback.
I think it was Pat was saying he just drifts past people, and you just see it there. Thompson's left for dead. Yep, just cuts in onto the favoured right. But my word, he lets a great shot go. And Ballard's beating all ends up.
Poor cross in that time by Celtic. Well, 16 different players have scored for Celtic last season. So far, 8 have scored this season. They've been sharing the goals around, and Tony Mowbray will be encouraged by what they've seen on the change from Paddy McCourt. Away from Bouzid, very confident away from Michael Stewart too. Not only was it curling, and a fair bit of pace on it as well. Decent cup tie so far. Palazuelos onto Abua. Fox through the Ugandan. Now Thompson sends it. Driver and Nadi go after it. Nadi in the advanced position, and McManus on the slide. Nadi taking a breath, composing himself, and then will make the run. Lindsay looks it away. Bouzid tries to return it. McCourt. Well, as far as Goncalves looks up onto Palazuelos. Nadi from Jonsson. Well, they've managed to get away from a triangle of players. Now to Bouzid, an unlikely source. Well, he wasn't going to cut it back. He was always going to have a go. 1 goal in Turkey last term in 16 appearances, and still searches for his first Hearts goal.
Johnson though, filling the void left by Ian Black, just holds it edge of the box, slips in. Bouzid, yeah, it's nosebleed territory for him. He rushes the shot a little bit, but it's another chance. Any of the viewers tuning in, I think, oh yeah, typical, nothing each. Celtic Hearts, Celtic struggling to score goals. Hearts don't score a lot of goals, but certainly been a lot of chances in this match.
And the better of them have fallen for the men in maroon. Well, Hearts fans will be concerned they've not taken any of them. For Celtic, the sterling moment came in the second half. Paddy McCourt rattling the bar. Andreas Hinkle comes on the inside, still wants the ball on the right foot. Played off to Krosas. Shuttle out wide onto McCourt. McCourt pulls it back onto Fox. Fox's cross is a decent one again. Goncalves wins the header. Abua sends it back down the middle. Stewart couldn't gather. Krosas can. On to McGiddy. Sustained pressure now from Celtic. McGiddy to Zingzi. Back on to McGiddy. Low for killing that time. The New Zealander got the touch, couldn't make the turn. And Guemo. Krosas onto the left flank. And in the court, saw what he was trying to do with a drag back, just didn't come off.
I think the boys in the studio again talking about Andrew Drivers. The first half did go on, but a little bit lazy. I think he realises now every time McCourt gets it, he's back there helping out young Craig Thompson.
Wallace onto Abua. Using out Jonsson. Jonsson forward onto Andy Driver. Well, Driver felt it was fouled by Caldwell. Now Killen onto Fox. Now McCourt. Hearts are stretched on this flank. McCourt away from Thompson. Palazuelos steps inside again. Palazuelos with a lovely challenge to take it from the toes of the Irishman. Forward for Hearts is Andy Driver. The yellow boots sparkling. Driver goes for the byline. And that's not a bad return. They only had Christian Nadi at the back post.
He's getting a little bit of joy now. He switched with David Abua and company on this right hand side. He's helping out, as I said, Craig Thompson, but finding a bit of space going forward. Celtic have to switch on there and defend properly. Hearts get the corner.
Craig Thompson will get some respite from Paddy McCourt as he tries to set Hearts up with the corner. Caldwell away easily. Corsas was blocked. And Galvez came back. Stewart tries to send it out to Thompson once more. Thompson beaten to it by Fox. And Graham Oak couldn't get there. It's a lovely shuffle of foot. And the ball goes in. That's a penalty. Fox on Nadi. Hearts of a penalty kick. It was about the quality of the pass from Egert Jonsson. Nicely taken on by Nadi. And Fox took down Nadi. Absolutely no doubt. Penalty kick.
Yeah, not too many complaints from Fox. It's a brilliant ball, as you say, Paul, from Egert Jonsson. And you can see it's a clear penalty. If you go to ground, Danny Fox, you don't get the ball. Nadi gets first touch. Yep, Stonewall up.
Michael Stewart scored a penalty in the last round to earn Hearts this tie, and Michael Stewart will come forward to take. So Danny Fox stands hoping that Michael Stewart will not convert. Will the captain of Hearts be calm? Michael Stewart gets it through the goalkeeper. There was a gap and it was taken. Hearts have the lead in Celtic Park. Michael Stewart, there's no such thing as a bad penalty. You either score or you don't.
That's a break he needed, because worked off on Saturday, arguing with his own fans, but he stepped up to the plate here. He doesn't strike it particularly well. Zaluska dives over it, but it's all that matters. It ends up in the net for Michael Stewart. 1-0 Hearts.
Well, Zaluska, you wonder how he didn't keep it out.
He just guesses it might have a little bit of height on it, Paul, and he just dives, it squirms under him. But as I say, it's a break that Michael Stewart needed. Not a lot of luck this season, but certainly got a little bit of luck there.
Celtic respond by making a change. And McDonald and Samaras are wheeled out almost immediately. Well, Peter Grant just asking Alan Muir to get things to move. He wants on that field of play. Chris Killen gives way. Well, he's worked very hard, Chris Killen, but there's absolutely no surprise that the front two have been replaced, Zegzi and Chris Killen, for McDonald and Samaras. And the good news for Celtic fans is they've got 31 minutes to do something about it.
Yeah, but they have to act quickly. 1-0 down, quarter-final at home against Hearts. Yeah, it's Killen, Z off, and the usual front two on, just to freshen it up. Action needed now.
Fox can get it past Stewart. Palazuelos. Boozy sends it long. Nadi is offside. Just went too long that time. And he'll play ball boy to avoid any yellow card. Just wandered a bit far that time, Christian Nadi. Celtic through Andreas Hinkle. Calves knocks it away. So Celtic 0, Hearts 1. And Celtic not scored at home in the last three. Need to find a way through. Hearts looking for back-to-back League Cup wins since they beat Celtic. They beat Dunfermline and then came to Celtic Park. They're looking to repeat that sequence 2 years later. Driver battling it against Nguemo, and the referee says well, that's a free kick. I don't know about you, Billy, but I was convinced that Zaluska had saved that penalty from our angle from where we were.
Yeah, you can see he chose the right way, and it wasn't a firmly struck penalty, but he just got it wrong and dived over it. A little bit unlucky.
McCourt going for the byline. Paddy McCourt blocked by Thompson. Interesting move by Tony Mowbray, wasn't hanging around, got his top strike force on.
Not rocket science when you need a goal.
McCourt sends it deep, coming through traffic. Jonas Barrow, and he gathered. Nice take from the keeper. Up in traffic, McManus trying to apply the pressure.
Perhaps something to hang on to now. The stubborn side at best when the and they're leveling the game, but 1-0 up. You know, they're even more stubborn. It's going to be difficult for Celtic to break them down, but McDonald, Samaras on now, looking to do exactly that.
Hearts have the lead at Celtic Park for the second time this season. But Hearts fans will be too painfully aware of a Glenn Lubin's goal following up from Chris Killen's strike. Wiped out the advantage and gave Celtic all 3 points. McGiddy back onto Hinkle. Hearts. Plenty of players back behind the ball. 10 as Samaras tries to go through Abua. Laid it on to Jonsson. Palazuelos. And just thumped clear. Well, Nadi making a nuisance of himself, and he got Gary Caldwell on the back of the head that time. Zaluska wants rid of it.
Said he needed a shift from him, certainly doing that tonight. I don't think Caldwell or McManus have looked particularly comfortable with him tonight.
Fox plays it through. Important cut out from a Hearts point of view. Bouzid before it came through onto Scott McDonald. So McDonald and Samaras, 36 goals between them last term. A dozen they have combined for so far this season. Forward McCourt onto Samaras. Was Samaras taken late? Referee looked and said no. McDonald going for the shuffle of the feet and turned away. Ball away from Goncalves. Picked up by Fox.
Thought they were a little unlucky there, Celtic to get a free kick edge of the box from Samaras.
Here comes McCourt. Beats Thompson, goes for it. Thompson spreads himself well. There's a shout for handball from McCourt, not from the other Celtic players. Driver. Overhead second, Jonsson. Hearts giving the ball away too easily. Gary Caldwell through. That's an important touch from Michael Stewart. McCourt would have run onto that. Hearts slightly in battle, get a rare moment in the Celtic half. And Andy Driver just making sure he got a toe on that as well. Shout for handball in the box. Penny McCourt going in. No chance.
No, it's just too close. It's great tackle, blocks off him. Yeah, it does clip his hand. Little connection there. Unlucky not to get a free kick, but goes down a little bit easier. But as soon as you get touched, no, it was a free kick for me.
Yep, good taken out. Not necessarily if the ball's won if you endanger your opponent as well. As McDonald, nice shuffle of the feet by Leozzi. World Cup bound onto Crosas. McDonald lays the ball back onto McGiddy. McGiddy off to Hinkle. And nutmegs Wallace. Stands up, wants it on the right foot. Samaras and McDonald do the defending for Hearts. Now Nadi will flick up. And Gremel might be caught out there by Lee Wallace, who knocks it off the Cameroonian internationalist. And can settle things down for a moment for Hearts.
Just not going for Celtic. Lovely little nutmeg by Andrew Hinkle down the right hand side. Lee Wallace picks out a pass to Samaras. I'm sure it's McDonald that gets well, Samaras hits a shot, but I'm sure it's McDonald that ends up blocking it. Not going for Celtic.
Will let that be that kind of night for Celtic, you wonder? Well, Hearts are loose that time. McGiddy, the better of Wallace, gets away from Palazuelos as well, who was timid in the tackle, through towards the Greek international Samaras, who's taken down his man, and Thompson dusts up. So Craig Thompson awards the decision in favour of Craig Thompson, referee and right full back for Hearts.
It's a great opportunity for Celtic. McGiddy in that right hand side. If he could only have got his head up. Paddy McCourt was in acres of space. Craig Thompson had tucked in to deal with Samaras. McGiddy gets a head up, he could have picked out Paddy McCourt away in this left hand side. Wrong option again for Celtic.
Well, Celtic seem to get a lift from the introduction of Paddy McCourt. The Celtic fans thrilled when he hit the bar. And they've been deflated by the fact that Hearts are ahead through the penalty from Michael Stewart. And Michael Stewart, Hearts nominated penalty taker, didn't hide, stepped up, and albeit not a great strike, the result was what Hearts needed. Nadi showing another good little shuffle, still going after it, still Christian Nadi. He knew he wasn't going to get the second ball. Away by McManus. And Calves into Palazuelos. Poofed high and long, and Zaluska. Goalkeeper will be still thinking about that penalty, I'm sure.
So look at the results in the last few games. It's two teams who were talking about it, Paul, under pressure at home. Celtic not handle it, but Hearts Saturday against Falkirk didn't handle it either.
McDonald tries to link with Samaras. McDonald was onside. Hearts with a dozen wins against Celtic in the last 15 years. Haven't beaten Celtic since the quarter-final last time out. Celtic 3 wins and 4 draws. Hearts have done well against Celtic at times, but not just converted to the win. Here they lead, but Celtic putting the pressure on. McCourt twists, turns, almost dragged it with him. And Driver, he's rolled well. There's a little tug there by Driver. There's absolutely no complaints. That was a free kick.
He does well initially. Andrew Driver nicks it. Paddy McCourt never gives up the cause. Gets a foot round, steals the ball. He's in a good position, so Driver's got to commit the foul. Good opportunity for Celtic.
Swung in deep, Ballock back pedals. Hearts will try and clear that. I'm going to go in for a corner. Isaac Galvez knocks it down, exit 103. He's played well, he dealt with Killen. He now has to deal with Samaras and McDonald. Needs to get into the match for Celtic, Aidan McGiddy. Fox onto McCourt. Thompson held him up well that time. Comes on to Michael Stewart. The reverse ball was lovely, and it's returned. Michael Stewart won't get there. The goalkeeper is favourite. A lovely idea from Hearts that time. Stewart and Driver combining.
Well, that's what I think they'll be doing for the remaining 22 minutes of the game. They're just going to sit in there and try and counter Celtic. Really did so on that occasion there. With a hit pass.
Andy Driver takes on Fox, the two number 11s. Gale comes across to help. Driver going for the byline. He tried to force the corner there, just didn't clip it as he wanted. Now through Crosas. Cut out by Bouzid. To some booze around Celtic Park. Jonsson into Bouzid. That was poor from Hearts. They see the possession far too easily. Now McCourt to McGiddy against De Boer. McGiddy rides the challenge of Stewart, clips the ball across. Yanis Ballock comes in. Jose Concalves almost put that in his own net.
It's brilliant from McGiddy though. Decisive run, penetrating run, goes past two Hearts players, clips it across, and you can just vision of the collision with Concalves and Ballock. But good shout from the goalkeeper, good take.
Good take from Yanis Ballock. We've had the first yellow card of the evening. Andy Driver taken down by Danny Fox, so he's yellow carded. Neither of the players who were on a suspension for the semi-finals take part tonight. It was Mark Wilson. He's now going to be an unused substitute for Celtic. Suso not even on the bench for Hearts tonight. Hearts preparing a change. Ball headed inside by Abua. Nadi is done for the night. I'd be amazed if it's not Christian Nadi who comes off. Here comes Aidan McGiddy. Good pace. Applies the acceleration. Sends it through to Samaras. The initial block. Samaras gets him again. And couldn't supply the finishing touch.
As McGiddy showing the spark again, he picks up and he just drives with a purpose, with force. Lovely way to pass through to Samaras, and as I said, it's just not going Celtic's way. He gets a contact, great save from Ballock. Rebound doesn't go for him.
Play through, Samaras onside, lifts it up and hits the post. He started to celebrate, the Greek had turned away in celebration. All he finds is frustration, denied by the post.
Well, talking about it not going for you. When he's even wheeling away there in celebration, does everything correctly, lobs it over the goalkeeper, and just agonising for Celtic, comes off the post.
Try again, see Celtic, ball played in. Maccabe's lovely touch ahead of McDonald. Well, Hearts are shaking, but they're holding firm, but only just.
Yeah, they're spot on there. I mean, all I had to do was make sure he got it between the toes. He gets it up, he gets it over, he gets it down. Agonising, just crashes off the post.
McDonald battling away. And the driver.
Thank you for your assistance in this matter.
The dulcet tones of Glasgow's finest disappear from the PA, thankfully. There's Hinkle. Moves forward. Celtic will wonder how they're not level. Into Nguemo. Nadi tracking back. Here comes McGiddy. Supplying the spark. Bouzid took out McDonald's. Well, Bouzid's blaming Craig Thompson for not coming across. And Bouzid is yellow carded. Poor challenge.
That's crazy from him. He said it in the first half, all some you just can't win. It's played into him. And just stand your ground, give yourself a yard as a defender, not going anywhere, edge of the box, he just steams through the Celtic player, free kick, dangerous position.
So Giannis Barlow, big moment for him in his League Cup debut against Dunfermline. 2 clean sheets in 11 this term. Another clean sheet seeds Hearts to Hampden, or whatever the semi-finals may be played. Michael Stewart, captain's armband, and he took the penalty that separates the side. Paddy McCourt. Aidan McGiddy stands across to his side, and he Fox too. Mark Crosas is being ejected from the wall at the moment by the Hearts defenders. It is Fox, it's straight at the goalkeeper, and the hands will wrap round the ball.
Surprised at that, don't think it's his side. Left edge of the box for Celtic. And you think it's all set up for a right foot on McCourt, but Danny Fox takes it on. Too central, too easy for the goalkeeper.
Shinari goes down, play on, says referee. It's allowed the match to flow. Here's McCourt. McCourt on to Caldwell. Hinkle. Hinkle's cross. Wanted with a header up to the edge of the box. Palazuelos knocks it on. Celtic have failed to score in just 4 of 17 this season. And they have had trouble lately. As we mentioned in the first half, that's a poor ball across. Albua picks up. Celtic are stretched here. Nadi. Nadi just holding on, a lovely shimmy again. Thought about the shot, comes back in. He's not sure where he's going. He's trying to finish. The chip was audacious, didn't come off, but Christian Nadi gave on.
Really, absolutely brilliant. Just doing things you don't expect of him. Just drives with pace at the Celtic defence, twists, turns, twists again, and gets on his right foot and then tries to chip the goalkeeper, just doesn't get it correct.
McDonald drives 2 challenges, sent across to Crosas. Crosas trying to get on the right side. The court is wide open. He goes for McGiddy instead. McGiddy holds on, the ball not out of play. Wallace has to play it. It's sent across. Bouzid heads it clear. Nguemo takes the touch. It was a poor one. Now Michael Stewart could put Celtic on the back foot. Nadi making the run inside to Jonsson. Jonsson away from Fox, but Nguemo robs him. Jonsson tracking back. Takes down Nguemo. That's a yellow card. Jonsson.
No doubt both teams giving the ball away cheaply now. Results in a booking there for Egert Jonsson after his mistake, but I think Craig Levine was mentioning in the studio at half time, the more Celtic commit players forward, they're liable to get caught in the break, and it's been that way on a couple of occasions. Celtic have great chances, but just have to be careful now. Hearts sitting in on the counter attack.
Well, it happened 2 years ago. Hearts won up, then got the space for Velitska to get the second. Now McGiddy overruns it. Christian Nadi, front clear. Hearts are going to bring on David Vittenden. He still stands down below us as we watch high. Perps over the action at Celtic Park. Hearts 9 quarter-finals, the last 11 years. Advanced to the semi-final just 4 times. Been in the League Cup final this decade, Hearts. Leading against the holders. Lee Wallace trying to drive Hearts on. The change will be made. Well, he takes a lot of stick, Christian Nadi. at times tonight he's shown glimpses of the Premiership player he was with Sheffield United.
We said he had to be in a shift. He's done more than that. He's put in a shift, he's worked hard, he's had some great passes, he's had a chance, he's given Caldwell problems all night. He's got the penalty as well, so job done for Christian Nadi.
And Michael Stewart did the job, much to the delight of Shaba Laszlo. David Rittenbeam comes on, scored against one half of the Old Firm, and his only Hearts goal in 7 appearances. Guemo, just the tug on Palazuelos. Just over 13 minutes to play. The CIS Insurance Cup quarter-final, the last of the 4. Been a lot of talk about Shaba Laszlo. He's got 20 months left on his contract. Some think he might not last another 20 minutes. Shaba Laszlo wants to keep going. McCourt, down to Nguemo. Set over the top, Cruzino struggling here. Samaras gets the better of him. Samaras straight at the goalkeeper. Well, Samaras, almost double jeopardy there. He's going to apply. He wanted the shot and then wanted to pull back for the free kick. No work like that.
Well, I think the referee's got him out of jail there. Simple as that, because it's a free kick to Hearts. I don't think it is a free kick. I thought Samaras showed good pace. A little shove. That's 2 men going for it side to side, but he gets through. But it's a free kick anyway, because it's a ridiculously poor finish. Yeah,
he wanted the shot and then he wanted the free kick. He was troubled to learn how to go on Hearts' way. The match is starting to be punctuated by free kicks, Billy.
Yeah, but that'll suit Hearts, because they just want to, as I said earlier in the game, slow everything down. Celtic, no doubt, have upped the tempo, had their chances to get back in the match, missed them, so the longer the game goes on, the more time Hearts will take.
Bouzid sends it forward, and Gary Caldwell gathers. Celtic's win at the weekend snapped a 4-game streak without a win. Looking to string together back-to-back wins, but at the moment they're down against Hearts. Aidan McGeady on to Hinkle. Hinkle finds some space. Hinkle digs it. Samaras! Is it going to be Celtic's night or not? Samaras has hit the post. That arguably an easier chance, and he sends it wide.
Oh my word. It's brilliant from McGeady again. He's lifted it, he's just picked him, he's got in between the Hearts central defensive pair. Well, he's hit the post, he's missed a great chance, shot straight to the goalkeeper. And that's his best chance for me, just point blank header, gets it all wrong. Here's the post, just lobs it over him. Should have been concentrating getting in the middle of the goals, because Hearts defenders are never getting back. Just lobs over him, hits the post. Not been his night so far, but could have had a hat-trick.
Yeah, you watch him as he plays it, he seemed to catch it slightly with the right side of the boot. It went up and over, and Georgios Samaras could have had a hat-trick in this match. Georgios Samaras has never scored against Hearts. He'll never have better chances. Rittenbeam goes down, gathers, goes in at the second attempt, and Nguemo down very tamely indeed. Hearts have got 3 players up at the moment.
And one of them, Lee Wallace.
And Hearts could do with Lee Wallace back there. Abour in trouble, and Abour conceding the free kick. Not really the place. You need your left full-back at the moment playing left wing.
I don't know why he arrived there.
Hinkle plays it across, breaks out to McCourt. McCourt goes in, deflected, comes Hearts' way. Hearts with the lead, but it's not a comfortable one. Now here goes Wallace. Wallace and De Wittenbeem takes the touch, and Nguemo made the challenge. Well, Abour is now in at fullback. Wallace is being asked to play further forward. Oh, Palazuelos all over. Play on, says the referee. McDonald went down, and the yellow card comes out. Goncalves is absolutely furious. Palazuelos should have been booked initially, and Goncalves continues to talk away, and Hearts are under real threat now.
Well, it all comes from where we're talking about Lee Wallace, and it's lucky Abua does tuck in at left back, because Celtic nick it, the roll McDonald through, and Salvas definitely brings him down, and if Abua doesn't go there, as you see in the picture, he's off, but Abua gets him out of jail.
Well, it would have been denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity, which is the standard by which the card would be judged.
You've got to give Abua credit, because he sees Wallace away, he also sees the defensive picture, he tucks himself in at left back, but he sees the danger of McDonald going through and goal, and Salva's only one option to bring him down. I'll just tuck myself round, I was getting to the ball, saves his teammate.
Keeps Hearts at 11. With the free kick now. Celtic lining up, Hearts up the wall, pressure on. Celtic 0, Hearts 1. Big call for Craig Thompson, he got it right. Aidan McGeady for Celtic! Sends it wide, much to his disgust.
Oh, he'll be wanting to work the goalkeeper. You see Salvas gets himself back in the post. McGeady goes for that side, he gets it up, he gets over, he just can't get it down.
I'm not sure how many lives Hearts came to Celtic Park with, but I think they might need to have another 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a long 8-9 minutes or so, plus injury time as well, so not a done job for Hearts just yet.
Tony Mowbray looking impassive on the sidelines. Well, Tony Mowbray's known misery in this competition, played in the 1995 League Cup final against Raith Rovers, and the concern is written all over the faces of those with the green and white scarves. Fox. This one is Bouzid. Celtic, who haven't conceded in the last 3 in this competition, the semi-final and final last season, and against Falkirk. Behind to Michael Stewart's penalty. McCourt is down, and Gwenwell goes forward. Abua. Now Wallace seems to have slotted back in, up for Vittenveem.
Going back to Abua, it's great awareness from him. You could just see Lee Wallace high up pitch say, yeah, okay, you're the left back, I'm not going to do your job for you. And just stay in his left midfield position. He doesn't, he saw the danger, he got his mate, saved him from a red card, simple as that, and so unselfish from Abua.
Calves got the challenge away. Well, Samaras not happy that the Swiss passport holder went down. Calves gets himself back to his feet. Born in Portugal, played in Switzerland, and he was just getting out of the way. Five quarter-final meetings, 3 have gone to extra time, 1 has gone to penalties. Shamba Laszlo, what a night it would be for him if he could guide Hearts through. Six minutes plus added time to be played. Launch long, Bouzid gets the better of McDonald. Abua nudged away, play on, says the referee. McGeady has it. Wallace comes back to face him up. Still McGeady, little chip ball deep. Thompson can't get there. Paddy McCourt can. Great save, Giannis Bella. The man in yellow is again the hero for Hearts.
Well, I'm saying about McGeady earlier on in this half, get the head up because McCourt's in acres of space. Craig Thompson tucking in once more. He does so on that occasion, cuts inside, picks out McCourt. You think it's this time, he takes a touch. It's another great save from Balako.
I think there's been about 5 or 6 times tonight when I've been expecting to say goal Celtic, and somehow it hasn't fallen. And the team leading the ASPL and the holders of the Cooperative Insurance Cup. Nice touch by Palazuelos. I think Bouzid quite appreciated it though. Michael Stewart didn't want it to go back there. McDonald wins the header. He's Jose Goncalves. Vittenveem and Abua interchange. Vittenveem looks up. He can't surrender possession tamely, he knows that. Holds on well onto Michael Stewart. Stewart onto Jonsson. Jonsson sent it for Driver, and Driver stayed where he was. Zaluska yelling at his teammates to get forward. Here comes McGeady. Didn't look like he surrendered there rather than trying to make a tackle. St Mirren, St Johnstone and Rangers all in the semi-final draw. The date to be confirmed. Will Hearts be there as well? 4 minutes to play. They've not beaten the top 6 side all season, Hearts. 4 defeats in 4. Celtic play it forward. Thompson knocks it behind. And Celtic in a corner. More pressure.
It's an avenue for Celtic. Looks edgy, young Thompson. Over-covering a few occasions, but that occasion just chooses to give away the corner.
The court sends it in. Ballock comes again, doesn't get there. It'll be cleared off the line by Vittenbeam. There's McManus with a header. Celtic again come close, but they know close is never good enough. Nguemo on the angle. Thompson just thumps it into enemy territory. Up by Hinkle. Now McCourt up against Thompson. Hearts have held out, they've repelled. Here comes Nguemo. Stewart, family on to Abua. Abua sends that for Andrew Driver to chase. Driver has the pace to keep it in. Andy Driver looks ahead, Michael Stewart in the box. Andy Driver, little step, the twist, tries to cut it back. Earns his side, his corner. And as far as Hearts concerned, that's just like gold.
Well, that's the counter we were talking about, but what a pass from David Abua. He could have panicked. They're on the back foot against the edge of the box, but just a diagonal, wonderful pass to Driver. He's positive, he goes there, gets his team a corner, take all the time you want.
He ran it, and eventually got the challenge he wanted.
Not much support there, so only option for him.
Big Thompson and Andy Driver just keeping it tight in the corner. And it's going to be a Celtic throw. The Hearts and Egert Jonsson waiting for the ball. There'll be 3 minutes of additional time to be played when the moment comes. Galvez forward, Abua flicks it on. Vittenbeam not sure what it was, but Fox has misjudged it. Vittenbeam goes in, puts the pressure on him. Now on to Andy Driver. Driver will just try and take his time. On to Michael Stewart, the goal scorer. The shout of Mikey comes from the lips of Andrew Driver to get it back. Palazuelos looks to see what his options are. Running himself well. Now Driver tried to take on Nguemo. And then surrenders possession. Celtic in a charge. Palazuelos coming back. Out comes Samaras. It's still Samaras. And wide on to Hinkle. Across it goes. And Cavez is again for Hearts. And Caldwell's header was a poor one. Thompson overhit Stewart. Hearts were asked to keep calm and they didn't. Nguemo pushing further and further forward. That's through to Samaras. Pulled it across. Breaks back. Hearts will clear it through Bouzid. The Celtic fans are willing the ball into the back of the net. It's just not going yet. Will it go at all? A minute to play of normal time. Hinkle moves the ball back onto Caldwell. And Gary Caldwell is swinging a miss. The man of the match in this Cooperative Insurance Cup quarter-final is Jose Concalves of Hearts. And he has been terrific.
Yeah, he's been rock solid, as I said. He's been dragged out of position a few times. He's had to handle Aidan McGeady a couple of times, but he's stood firm. And he's lucky as well. Abua tucked down and kept him on the pitch, but overall, defensively, sound game from Gonçalves.
Janos Ballock has played his part forward towards Abua. Gary Caldwell wins it. And Nguemo just knocked off balance. Picked up by Fox. Caldwell on to McManus. McManus sends it long. Galvez goes up and does enough, and Janos Ballock will gather. Question now, Billy, is can Celtic do in stoppage time what they couldn't do in the 90 minutes of the match?
Oh, you never count them out. Simple as that, and they've created numerous chances tonight. Should have been leading the game, simple as that, but fair credit Hearts, they've got the penalty, they've got the goal, they've sat back, they've defended, rode the luck a little, but still lead going into this last 3 minutes. But you can't count Celtic out.
Time yet. Celtic will feel as Samaras knocks the ball through. Well, the holders, winners 14 times, finalists 27 times. Celtic are on the brink. They successfully defended the trophy in 2000, then 2001. That's the last time they defended it. And at the moment, they're on the brink. Abua touches it on, looking for Wallace. Wallace can't get there. Gary Caldwell forward. And Calves, was he pushed? No. Here comes McDonald. McDonald on the angle. McGiddy wants it. It's pushed back towards him and it's turned away by Lee Wallace. Now Abua. Abua sends it out wide. Andy Driver should take the ball on holiday now. Driver goes in, taken out by McManus. Well, that was cynical. So it's a yellow card. I'll tell you what, that was borderline.
Surprised at that. Just takes him out, not interested in the ball. McManus, as you called it, Paul, cynical, and he's lucky to stay on the pitch for me.
Well, the assistant referee is speaking to him, and the referee goes across, and it is a red card. Well, the red card comes out for the captain on the advice of the assistant Francis Andrews. Billy Dodds called it. Stephen McManus initially saw yellow, but he's been sent off, and Celtic's miserable night is all but complete. They're down to 10 men.
He's eventually got it right, Craig Conlon. No intention of playing that. I mean, there's no other option for the referee but to send Stephen McManus off. He doesn't, but to be fair to him, he's changed it. The assistant referee's called him over, and it's the right decision. He's got to go.
For Celtic player to be sent off against Hearts in 9 years. The last was Paul Lambert. Hearts now running out the clock. It wasted more time, of course, the ordering off. Michael Stewart going in there. Going to be a Celtic throw. Scott McDonald gives everything. He was after it. Pushed forward by Fox. Wallace gathers. Wallace. Hearts leading at Celtic Park. The Holders are going to get one last chance as Wallace can't keep it in. The 3 additional minutes have come and gone. Prosas sent it forward. Bouzid gets it away. Hearts simply have to see it out. It's with Abua. It is all over in Celtic Park. And just as they did 2 years ago, Celtic are sent spinning out of the cup. The Corporate Insurance Cup by Hearts. Shaba Laszlo has a moment to celebrate. For the last few days he'll be delighted. Michael Stewart too has been under pressure. He supplied the penalty that won it for Hearts. It finished at Celtic Park. Celtic 0, Hearts 1.
Yes, at full time the boos rang out around Celtic Park as the Holders are out of the Cooperative Insurance Cup. It was a penalty from Michael Stewart that won it for Hearts, and here's what happened. I mean, this was definitely a penalty, wasn't it? Christian Nadi was, he was doing well here.
Apart from anything else, what a good game he had. It's one of the best games that I've seen him have, certainly since he came back after injury before. You know, Stonewall penalty, I don't think you can argue much about that. And I'll tell you what, I am delighted for Michael Stewart. After all he's gone through in the last few days to get that. It's not a great penalty though.
No, it's not. And I thought Lucas Lushkin managed to save it, but he didn't. And I think Hearts just about deserved it for their tenacity.
Celtic will have themselves to blame though.
Yeah, I mean, up until that point, McCourt had a great chance, but basically everyone's going to be talking about Samaras' chances and his misses. As a striker, as a centre forward, you've got to score one of these, and these are just 3 that we've shown, and this almost certainly the worst one. And if you're a goal scorer on a striker, you've got to finish it. It's as simple as that. There's nothing more to it. So. Yeah. He'll be disgusted with himself, not as much as the fans will be disgusted with. Anything falls for Scott McDonald, he scores them, I think.
Yeah, Paddy McCourt also had a fantastic chance at the start of the second half there, Craig. But just in terms of the work ethic of that Hearts side tonight, Nadi from the front in particular worked really, really hard, and it seemed to kind of, galvanise the rest of the team.
Yeah, I think Nadi actually set the tone, because a lot of times we talk about maybe not working hard enough, but I thought it was excellent tonight, and that spread right throughout the Hearts team. I thought they were well organised. They defended from the front back the way, and although Celtic did have chances, I still think that Hearts just about merited the win.
Tony Mowbray has not been a happy man of late, and I've seen a few Celtic fans have not been happy with the performance. The boos are still ringing out behind us, and bit of pressure for him, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one game away from a crisis. That's the way it is with Celtic and Rangers. It has to be said as well, and that will be the talk of everyone tomorrow. And it is, for me, a real shame, because I think you need to turn around and look at Hearts, and you look at the manager. He's been under enough pressure himself. He set that out team the way he should set it out. They don't lose many games. They don't lose many goals. They're hard to beat. And in games like tonight, it's great to see that.
OK, quick interview with Shaba Laszlo. He's with Jonathan Sutherland.
Shaba, just how big a win was that for Hearts tonight?
This was a very important win. We had also a little bit luck. I think the communication between the Ismail and Jose was not the best today, but okay, in the football you must score goals. We scored one more, and I think this was very important also for us. Last season we flight very early out from the cup. Now we come to the best four, and I hope if we have to draw, we have a little bit easier opponent. But I think this was a good football game today.
Yeah, Shaba Laszlo absolutely delighted, and you can be sure of it. But Pat, he should be delighted.
Yeah, he should be delighted, and he should be comfortable now that he can go on for this now. He can go on and do very, very well, because he knows that team will grow in confidence from this. And on top of that, this competition now is completely open. St Mirren supporters, St Johnstone supporters, they'll be absolutely delighted as well, and I suppose the Rangers fans will be too.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. It's St Mirren, it's St Johnstone, it's Rangers, and now Hearts in the semi-finals of the Cooperative Insurance Cup. Thanks to Michael Stewart and a penalty against Celtic. Bye for now.